Good evening. This side Rahul Magan here as a Group Chief Executive Officer, Treasury Consulting. As we speak, Treasury Consulting is a multi-asset, multinational hedge fund based out Singapore. But like I did repeated many a times, that we are a proprietary hedge fund. By proprietary, I mean to say that no third party, I repeat, no third party can invest capital in our fund. Today, our legal desk would be covering a very hot issue pertaining to India. And you know that when I speak in public, be it financial market, be it litigations, be it any government, be it any central bank, I always came up with a fact. I never been a person who speak without having any evidence with me. And guys, trust that this is the beginning of the series which I'm starting about the glaring, the word I'm using, glaring, about the glaring misuse of IPC. IPC means Indian Penal Code, section 498A and 354, and the subsequent variants of 354, which is 354A, 354B, 354C, and 354D. Before I initiate my deliberations, I would like to show the facts which I collated from the Google. This is a study which is collated by NCRB, National Crime Records Bureau. This is a judgment by Honorable Delhi High Court, wherein Delhi High Court mentioned about the misuse of the law. This is the statement which is given by the Honorable Supreme Court, and Honorable Court clearly mentioned that 498A is increasingly being used to settle personal scores against husband and his relatives. This is a statement by Honorable Allahabad High Court, whereby they clearly mention that every matrimonial case exaggerated wants to curb misuse of anti-dowry law. This is a public document which I collated, which spoke about the Melimoth Committee, which was formed somewhere in 2003. And this Melimoth Committee was also of the opinion of reform in the criminal justice system. This is a statement, rather a precedent, which is set up by Honorable Delhi High Court, where they clearly mention that courts can impose fine for frivolous and false cases failed to force other party to withdraw the complaint. This is once again a statement by Honorable Delhi High Court, where they expresses the worry about alarming increase of false rape cases. This is a document from, it covers I would say, the information which is provided by Delhi Commission of Women, DCW, wherein they mentioned that 53.2 rape cases in Delhi are falsified, and this is the grounds which is being set up by the Honorable Supreme Court covering the dowry cases. Before I initiate my deliberations, first of all, I would like to express my thanks to the Honorable Supreme Court, Honorable Delhi High Court, Honorable Allahabad High Court, and various functions and bodies in the judiciary for pinpointing the victimization of a special asset class. You know, I have deliberately used the word victimization because in English, the meaning of victimization is that a special class is being tortured to the highest extent. And then I would assure that the you know the I and my YouTube channel would continue to work, collate information from the Google, the statements, the judgments by the respective honorable courts to bring these statements and judgments the way they said before you on our YouTube channel. Guys, in family cases, there is a concept called petition. I would like to highlight this very important, petition. Guys, petition, there is a myth which is created in the system, and that myth is known that no one studied the petition. Rather, pinpointly speaking, no one has the time to study petition. I don't know till what extent this myth is correct or till what extent the myth can be zeroized. But one thing I personally believe, that if you are making a petition, by you I mean either you, if you are in a self-litigating mode, or if you are supported by any law firm, the petition has to be immaculate. Please note very clearly, immaculate. By immaculate doesn't mean it should be false. Immaculate means it is supposed to be full of facts which happened. It should not be frivolous. It should not be, rather, it should not be in the worst scenario covering anything which is fake, which is frivolous, which is, multifold. If I go with the Honorable High Court words, which is exaggerated in nature, it should present something which has happened with evidence. Please be note that whether you are from a boy side or you are from a girl side, with respect to both, once you are filing the petition and your petition is immaculate, the facts, the evidences, and this petition is linked with the various judgments which came from honorable court on time to time basis, then this would have a deep, I repeat, deep and denting impact on the judgment. There is another a beautiful thing which I read somewhere, which is that the cases take huge quantity of time. I know that because many Bollywood movies in India also pointed that there are huge amount of cases which are pending in the courts. But guys, before we target the honorable courts for that, we should first see ourselves that whether the petitions which we are filing or which we are putting in the court of law, are these petitions to the point, or are these petitions is like pages over pages, pages over pages, pages over pages, and then we expect that the court to study them line by line. Is this a realistic assumption? Guys, please understand that petition is supposed to be to the point, immaculate, no false, no frivolous, something which had happened with evidence. And the best piece would be if you link with the judgments which you easily get on Google and maybe the different websites in your petition. This document, I got it from internet. And this document is about a judgment which is given up by the Delhi High Court. And you would be very surprised to know that the one word really jolted me, which is used by the Honorable Court. I would like to read this for you. Honorable Delhi High Court said that it's a remarkable, righteous, refreshing, rejuvenating to learn that while ruling explicitly and effectively that time has came to initiate action against person who file frivolous complaints under 354 A, B, C, D IPC for an ulterior purpose. I am deliberately not naming the name of the parties, I am ignoring them. But later on, the Honorable Court said that it is a national tragedy, that we see that the laws meant for the protection of women are fast turning into the weapons of stabbing men in most cowardly, dastardly, and gruesome manners. If I go to the last page, and in which it is written that observations of the court, the bench observed in the para 7 that unfortunately it is now becoming a trend to register FIR, First Information Report, alleging offences under section 354A, B, C, D, IPC, Indian Penal Code, either to force a party from withdrawing a complaint instituted against them or armed twist a party. These are really very, very heavy words, and unfortunately a reality which is being used by Honorable Court. Further, Honorable Court said that offences under 354A, B, C, D are serious offences. Such allegations have the effect of tarnishing the image of a person against whom such allegations are made. Allegations regarding these offences cannot be made drop of a hat, which means that you want it, you just made it. This practice is an abuse of the process of the law. Guys, when you read these kind of case laws, and especially the statements which are coming from the Honorable Court, it really jolted me. Jolted in the sense that where actually are we heading? I did study the 354A, B, C, and D, and how they came into the picture. If you study these Indian Penal Code terms and you link with a word called national tragedy, and you link with a word which is being used by Honorable Court, then this is really serious. Guys, I know that victimization is now a fact, and a special category in a society is being victimized, and unfortunately the victimization is growing. But having said that, we are supposed to understand one thing very clearly, which is that if we study the petition or probably a rejoinder which you are receiving from the court during the hearings, and if we able to link these petitions or rejoinders in an effective way with the various pronouncements and the judgments by the honorable courts, then it does make an extensive difference. This is Rahul Magan.